Let's go. Okay, good evening, everyone. This is a special general session of Colmar Manor. It is April 24th at 6 p.m. And I'll take a motion to call this meeting to order.
I'll make a motion to call this meeting in order.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. This meeting is now in order. Okay, so let's do a pledge of allegiance to the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we take a moment of silence? It's normal. Think about, just let your minds wander. Think about people who need help and think about yourself, that your things you're blessed for. Okay, thank you. Okay, so unfinished business. So as all of you guys know, we have had a quandary about spraying for mosquitoes, in that we passed an ordinance which is 03/2015, which was to go into effect 2016, which would provide that we did not have the pesticide sprays used. And in 16 and 17, we suspended this ordinance in both cases due to significant problems related to the Zika virus and I forget, West Nile. So being that we have had very conflicting pieces of information coming from our public, we decided that we would actually do a public survey to ask the public what is their opinion as to whether or not they would want the spray, and therefore whether or not we as the mayor and council would actually alter the ordinance. So to that end, we have put out the survey to every household in town and asked for some feedback, and people have been bringing up their feedback and putting it in the ballot box. So we don't know anything about what anybody's brought up. People just put the information in the ballot box themselves. At the same time, we also talked about the incoming mayor's salary, and as was recommended by the residents of the community, that we take that vote to the community. Well, we've done that as well. And to that end, we have made every attempt to make sure that every registered voter and every household was to receive a survey so that they would actually be able to vote. If someone's survey got wet, they had the opportunity to call and say that their survey got wet, and we had no problems in reprinting their survey so that they would be able to go ahead and vote. So we do believe that we've worked really hard to try to make sure that everybody had an opportunity to participate in the survey. That survey was also dropped off by the residents into the ballot box. Again, however which way they wanted to have that dropped off, they dropped off to the ballot box. So for this day, the meeting is for us to actually see what has been said based on the mosquito spray survey and the incoming mayor survey. So we are going to start out with the mosquito spray survey, and since both surveys are in the same box, the first thing we want to do is actually pull out the mosquito spray survey so that we can start the count on that. And what we would like to do even before that is ask if we have a citizen who will sit in witness while Kayla, who's going to pull them out, show them to us, and then call out loud. If you want to keep count, let's just do the mosquito spray first. So the first thing we need to do is to make sure we're separating the mosquito spray, and I need a citizen, a resident, someone to just sit and observe with her.
Yeah. You want?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's,
Okay.
Thank you.
thank you.
Well, first we gotta separate them.
Huh? Pass it to the mayor when he gets off the tip of your tongue.
Excuse me, I just want to note that some of these are people who do not live there, so I'm removing them, they do not vote at all. Okay?
The ones that, where they marked on there,
Just take them, yeah.
where they
do
marked
not
that they're
live
no
there.
longer here?
Yeah.
Okay, all
I
right.
just want to note that.
I'm trying. Yeah. I know, it's pretty good. Yeah.
I forgot to put them on today. Put none on, we forgot. It was damp outside, that's why I put that fleece on, but then I forgot and heat up, burning out.
Yeah, you forgot coming in here.
You think we'll get out at 10 o'clock? You didn't get a chance to look at it all?
That's why I got it so late, because I kept thinking I was going to get the chance to. We got a response.
Yeah, and, Ed Lunch there.
No, let me forget my umbrella.
We're separating yes and no's for the mosquito spray.
Can we just do a call?
Or you want to just call them out?
Okay.
Yeah,
There's no problem, so just call.
see, we,
Here with that counter that you go. You put all the mayor's salary back in, so we're completely separated from the other one.
We're just double checking to make sure we didn't skip any mosquito sprays. We did.
Jingle gave me a ride this week. Oh, did she? Yes. She, when I got off the bus, she That's not me, is it? That's you? Wait. Oh, that was, I thought first I was making sure with my tablet.
Okay, are we ready? Yes? All right, so we have one yes for mosquito spraying.
Can you identify the number?
Yes, Ms. Biz. Yes.
And for the
Then Vanita Thorne. Did you need something else besides that? Oh, 4210 Newton Street.
Anybody else who wants to do a tick check, just make sure you do your own tick check. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so we have one yes for mosquito spraying, another yes for mosquito spraying, a C for mosquito spraying. C, yes, in Spanish.
Okay.
A yes for mosquito spraying. 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 A no for mosquito spraying. A no for mosquito spraying. A no for mosquito spraying. A yes 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 for mosquito spraying. A no for mosquito spraying. A yes for mosquito spraying. A yes for mosquito spraying. And a last yes for mosquito spraying. That's all the mosquito forms that we have in.
All right, thank you very much for doing Am I off? Oh, I said thank you very much. We got 25-4 on the mosquito spraying, and we have to take a vote at this point on altering our, what did I do with my agenda? Oh, I turned it up, my agenda, okay. Ordinance 3, 2015. Apparently, based on the residents who responded to the mosquito spray, there's an overwhelming interest by the residents to continue the mosquito spray. So, so we want to move. Is there anybody who wants to make any last discussion point of view about the mosquito spray before we move forward, council or community? Okay, so council, is there a motion for us to alter Ordinance 3, 2015, to remove the restriction of doing mosquito sprays?
I'll make that motion as stated.
Is there a second? I'll second that motion. I'll call for a vote. Ward 1? Aye. Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Can we have a discussion?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Just for the record that last year, I know we also ordered this ordinance, and Prince George's County assured us that it was not using pesticide. But however, I know some of the residents still do not want to be sprayed. So if you choose not to be sprayed, please come to the town hall and get a waiver so your property will not be sprayed. Thanks.
Thank you for that information. I'm so sorry about that. So I will continue. Any other discussion? I'm going to start the vote again. Ward 1? Aye. Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4?
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye. I also will just acknowledge that I understand the concerns, and at this point, it concerns more. So, oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I want to acknowledge also my concerns, and I mean, the county and the state continues to tell us that the type of things that they're using do not impact our pollinators. So hopefully what they have indicated to us is true. So thank you. We will make the alterations to that ordinance. This is actually an introduction of the change to the ordinance, so in the next month's meeting will be actually adoption of the changes to the ordinance. All right? Okay, so moving forward, we're going to move on to the incoming mayor's salary survey. And for anyone who, because there's 4 questions on that survey, there's a spreadsheet on the table here, whereas questions are answered on the survey, that you can then mark this sheet and keep track of what the answers are in each one of the surveys. So I guess with no further ado, we'll get started on the survey. Yes.
May I ask a question here?
Certainly.
Of course, we only got our surveys like about a day or two ago. And it did say there's supposed to be an envelope included, which we didn't have one. So we didn't know how we were going to go about that, if we were going to go about it. But I'll be honest, when I looked at these surveys, well, I didn't even see the mosquito survey, but the one about the mayor's salary, there was one little thing that bothered me, and that was the fact that each survey had a different number on it. Okay, it says the unique identifier. Well, to my way of thinking, that means anybody can go back and check and say, well, who sent that survey? And, you know, regardless of what I would have done, I didn't do anything, because, you know, especially if I realized it was a vote and not just a survey, so to speak, or, you know, it's a vote to see are we going to talk about this or whatever. And I just thought that something like that would probably be better off being a referendum on the ballot, so that, you know, you guarantee privacy. Because like I say, I felt like with that survey, there was no privacy. And so, we didn't do anything.
Okay, so just to give you an idea of what we were doing here, at the end of the day, in trying to determine how to best reach as many people as possible and spend as little money as possible, we decided to actually have the surveys taken out by volunteers. About a half of them went out last weekend, and then the weekend before last, and about the other half went out this recent weekend. So that has to do with, while some people, the difference in delivery. I don't know why you didn't get the mosquito things. They went out a couple weeks ago. I don't know why you didn't get the mosquito thing. They went out a couple of weekends ago. But at any rate, back to the salaries. So initially I was planning to actually put the notice in an envelope and put in an additional envelope. And so when it was written with that intent. Somewhere down the line, I decided, based on the workload required, stuffing envelopes, that it was easier for us to just fold it. Didn't think back to say, oh wow, we're not putting the envelope in there now. So that was basically a typo, not to put it back in there. And so we had the ballot box. Because it was going to be just the sealed envelopes before, so we said, well, we'll use the ballot box and everybody can just drop it into the ballot box. In terms of the unique identifier, the unique identifier exists to ensure that there are no duplicates, that there's only one person per one thing, and yes, there is a spreadsheet that exists that has the name and the number. This is a survey which wasn't intended to be a, yes, is non-binding, and it wasn't intended to be a confidential. Instead of having a person put their name, which made them fully identifiable to whomever at this time, I used a number so that it took away the ability of just the public to know what that name is. But at this time, if you ask me, could I go take a number and go look at the spreadsheet and see, I can see what it is. So it was, the intention was basically to do that. I am not actually opposed to taking this to a referendum. It would be good to get a feel for what we have from the surveys. And then it's the mayor and the council. We do have an election coming up next Tuesday, and it's possible that we could do that. Is that right?
I think it'd be a little late to get a referendum on the ballot for Tuesday, and if I understand correctly, and I'm not an attorney, I don't believe state law allows you to have a referendum. If I understand it correctly, you could petition something that has been approved to referendum after the fact, but from my understanding, Mr. Barr keeps saying you cannot have a binding referendum in the state of Maryland.
A binding referendum?
A binding referendum,
So
yes.
if you put, I'm gonna ask Tracy.
I was going to say, just
Are you saying that they couldn't put that on ballot?
Let me see if Tracy knows something about it as the election coordinator.
I'm going to kind of take a guess at things. Honestly, I don't know the answer, but I would think that we are probably too close to the election date to have a referendum, the A part of that. And the B, the only referendum experience that I've had in the town is one related to the construction of this facility, which was a non-binding referendum 10 years ago or whatever it was. But I think, I think we're too close to the date to get that formalized.
So when you say get it formalized, if it was to go on the ballot for Tuesday, are you saying it's too late for us to put these questions on our ballot?
And I would think you'd have to make some formal notification to the community 45 days in advance, that kind of.
30 days.
Because everybody is already prepared to vote, and they've had this to come to them already. So, I mean, it's not like everybody doesn't know that Election Day is May 1st.
That's my opinion. I think you'd probably have to have some formal notification in a publication of general distribution in the town, that kind of stuff. A lot similar to when we do an ordinance or the different.
No, it's not 30 days. Well, maybe after we look at the surveys, we can see what we think.
I don't know, and just to add to that, we've advertised for an election for mayor, period. Period. That's what's occurring on May 1st at this point. I don't know that you can insert something to that or take something away from that without some type of formal process. I think we're too close to the date to do that. I could, while the meeting continues, I can make a call to our town attorney if he likes it.
Okay, I mean, and I don't know if it has to be called a referendum or it's just a vote that's taken on the day of, along with the vote for mayor, a vote on these questions, except for the fourth question, of course, because that wouldn't, I don't think that would work, but maybe it would, I don't know. But I guess we'll move forward as we are right now. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Mr. K, for your information. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and go forward.
Should I read the questions first
You can read them
for the first
once.
one? Yeah.
Yes.
Am I recording the identifier number and all of that as well?
Yes.
We want to make sure it doesn't double, meaning more than one. So I'm going to say everything out loud.
Okay. So I'm going to read the questions one time, and then we'll go question 1, 2, 3, 4. We should have printed out some good ones. Okay. So the first question is, do you feel the incoming mayor's salary should be increased by $1,000 to $10,000? I think that's worded wrong.
By 1,000.
Increased by 1,000 to make the salary 10,000. Let me say it that way. For my first one, that's a no. I have a no. Do you feel the mayor should be eligible for health care insurance through the town or reimbursed? There is no financial impact on this change because the manager will get health insurance as well. Then the answer to that is no. If the mayor, as chief executive office, takes a responsibility to be the direct authority over all operational departments as per the town charter in lieu of a hired manager, and a committee including residents with management experience and the council decide the mayor is qualified, would you agree the mayor should get additional pay since this will be saving the town money? The answer is no. If yes, select the appropriate and the additional amount, and there's no answer for that.
So do you want to give her the identifier?
The
No.
identifier on that is 802. 802. Okay, for the next survey, for question 1, I have a no. Question 2, I have a no. Question 3, I have a no. And question 4, there's nothing selected. Oh, excuse me, 801. I'm gonna say that first, that might be a little bit easier. The next one, identifying number is 353. Question 1, answer no. Question 2, answer no. Question 3, answer no. If I'm going too fast, please let me know. And the number 4, there's no answer. For the next one, identifying number 131. Question 1 is a yes. Question 2 is a yes. Question 3 is a yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 158. Question 1 is a yes. Question 2 is a yes. Question 3 is a yes. Question 4 is 15,000.
What was the identifier number?
158. The next one is 669. Question 1 is a yes. Question 2 is a yes. Question 3 is a yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 930. Question 1 is a yes. Question 2 is a yes. Question 3 is a yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 674. Question 1 is a yes. Question 2 is a yes. Question 3 is no. Question 4, there is nothing listed. Number 880. Question 1 is a yes. Question 2 is a yes. Question 3 is a yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 633. Question 1 is yes. Question 2 is yes. Question 3 is yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 441. Question 1 is no. Question 2 is not answered. Question 3 is not answered. Question 4 is not answered. Number 412. Question 1 is no. Question 2 is not answered. Question 3 is not answered. Question 4 is not answered. Number 413. Question 1 is no. Question 2 is no. Question 3 is no. Question 4 is not answered. Um, 634. Question 1 is yes. Question 2 is yes. Question 3 is yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 635. Question 1 is yes. Question 2 is yes. Question 3 is yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 420. Question 1 is no. Question 2 is no. Question 3 is no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 636. Question 1 is yes. Question 2 is yes. Question 3 is yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 637. Question 1 is yes. Question 2 is yes. Question 3 is yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 884. Question 1 is yes. Question 2 is yes. Question 3 is yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 889. Question 1 is yes. Question 2 is yes. Question 3 is yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 542. Question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4, 15,000. Number 543. Question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4, 15,000. Number 883. Question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4, 15,000. Number 541. Question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4, 15,000. Number 419. Question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 707. Question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 418. Am I going too fast? Oh, sorry.
Do you have more sheets?
Anyone else? Anyone else?
Oh, we have somebody here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yours turned over? I thought I did it back and forth.
I'm assuming, yeah.
Is everyone ready or need a couple minutes?
So
couple
the
seconds?
last one you had was 717? 7 what?
418.
Oh, 418. I missed 418.
She hasn't given the results for that?
Oh, okay.
Okay. 418. Question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. Mr. K, if I am going too fast, just let me know.
No, I got it.
Okay. Number 645. Question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 520. Question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 417. Question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 416. Question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 408. Question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. 407. Question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 410. Question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. 670. Question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4, 15,000. Number 560. Question 1, yes. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 558. Question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 559. Question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 631. Question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4 is 10,000. Number 557. Question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, no. Question 4, no answer. This one was a printout, but number 199. Question 1, yes. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is no answer. 199. Number 885. 885. Question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 673. 673. Question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 886. Question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 255. Question 1, no. Question 2, yes. Question 3, no. Question 4 is 10,000.
Question 3 is no.
Question 3 is no. Question 4 is 10,000, and that was 255. That's what they marked. I can't justify it, but that's what's on it. Number 1 is a no. Number 2 was a yes. Number 3 is a no, and number 4 is 10,000. Okay, the next one is 256. Question 1 is no. Question 2 is yes. Question 3 is no. Question 4 is 10,000.
Obviously, they're together.
Yeah.
They must be in the same household. Yeah. Okay. Number 723. Question 1 is no. Question 2 is no. Question 3 is no, and question 4 is not answered. Number 722. Question 1 is no. Question 2 is no. Question 3 is no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 157. Question 1 is yes. Question 2 is yes. Question 3 is yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Quick question, should I read comments on here or just stick to the, okay. Number 1 is a yes.
Wait a minute, what was the number?
Oh, I'm sorry, the number is 699. Question 1 is yes. Question 2 is no. Question 3 is no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 425. Question 1 is no. Question 2 is no. Question 3 is no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 721. Question 1 is no. Question 2 is no. Question 3 is no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 424. Question 1 is no. Question 2 is no. Question 3 is no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 423. Question 1 is no. Question 2 is no. Question 3 is no. Question 4 is not answered.
You have another sheet?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You have another sheet?
We didn't know. Okay.
Yeah, I made copies too.
Tracy, would you mind making a few copies?
I have a few more. Who needs some?
Somebody need one? Here's one.
Who needs something? Because I have
Well, I
some
guess we're
copies
okay.
right
Just in
here.
case you run out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a few left. And Mary, can you check Okay, sorry you guys. Okay, so next one is 421. The mayor has some. Okay, so is everyone okay for right now?
Does everybody have one right now?
Okay. The next one is 421. Question 1 is no. Question 2 is no. Question 3 is no. Question 4 is not answered. And again, that was 421. Number 837. Question 1, no. Question 2, well, excuse me, you guys. Question 1 is marked yes and no. Question 2 is marked yes and no. Question 3 is marked no. And question 4 is not answered.
What was that number?
837. Question 1 was a yes and a no. Question 2 was a yes and a no. Question 3 is no. Question 4 is not answered.
I think that ballot is voided.
I guess they're torn.
Yes, let's take that one out.
Yes.
Okay. The next one is 668. Did we do that one? That one sounds familiar. No? Okay. 668. Question 1 is yes. Question 2 is no. Question 3 is no. Question 4 is not answered. The next one is 803. Question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. 397. Question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4 is not answered. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Question 4 is 10,000. It's shaded in a little light. So question 1 was a yes. Question 2 is a yes. Question 3 is a yes. Question 4 is 10,000. Five, 2, 1. Thank you, Mary. Can you call Jimmy? I'll do it. Okay, 521. Question 1 is yes. Question 2 is yes. Question 3 is no. Question 4 is not answered. 249. Question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4 not answered. 702, question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4, 15,000. 352, question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4, not answered. 133, question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4, not answered. 132, question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4, not answered. (663), question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4, 15,000. 662, question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4, 15,000. 336, question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4, no answer. It says need more info. 746, question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4, 0. Number 197, question 1, yes. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4, not answered. 389, question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. 198, question 1, yes. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4, not answered. 355, question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. 354, question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 29, question 1, yes.
29.
Just 29. Question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4 is not answered. 784, question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is 0. 248, question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4, not answered. 250, question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4 is not answered. 251, question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4, not answered. 665, question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4, 15,000. 664, question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4 is 15,000.
Okay, we're switching sheets.
Yeah, we need another sheet.
I'm almost done.
We need another sheet.
Yeah.
No, I got a couple more. Okay. Number 666. 666. Question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 144, question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 143, question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 142, question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 809, question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is 0. Number 130, question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4 is 15,000. Number 563, question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. And then number 4, they said 9,000. Number 564, question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Number 4, 9,000. 9,000 for number 564 and 563. Number 562, number 1, no. Number 2, no. Number 3, no. Number 4, 9,000.
On 564, can you tell me the answer to question 1 again?
564 is no.
Okay, thank you.
Did I read 562? Okay. 351, question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 409, question 1, no. Question 2, no. Question 3, no. Question 4 is not answered. Number 676, question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4, 15,000. Number 128, question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. Question 4, 15,000. And lastly, number 129, question 1, yes. Question 2, yes. Question 3, yes. And question 4 is 10,000.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. I have to say, the number of people who responded. Thank you, town, for whatever the count is. I'm counting, there's 27 lines on each page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, so there's 27 lines on each page. That means that I've got 3 full pages. $95 votes. I will have to say this time from a survey perspective, this really did pull in a lot, you know. That's a pretty good number to even a vote. So I guess if some people felt uncomfortable, there was enough people who did not feel uncomfortable about going ahead and putting out their records. So I guess at this point we can start to count. You guys can count each other over there, Ms. Thorne and Cal. Okay. And maybe do a total at the bottom of each page, and then we add the pages at the end. Yeah, they're counting up everything.
Should I read the question?
Oh, that's how much you
Oh, we're yeah, here. Well, no, it's all filled out.
Do you want to see?
You finish your count?
I have one here if you want.
I have question 152 yeses. No's, I got 48. I got 48 yeses, 44, 42, and I got 35, and then 33.
The chief not got exactly this.
These two are all 48.
Do you have about page?
Yeah.
Oh, no, in the house I had, we had 5 people in there. So it's 2 ladies in there taking care of them. It's usually 3 of them. Oh, yeah, they don't have no choice. And then sometimes they send another person over there, but they can handle it. No, not all of them. Yeah, 2 of them asking. All of them got some type of disability.
I have 2 10s and a 16. Yeah, I think we just need to be talking. Well, where's your, this paper's number? Okay, I think we've added something extra, so let's just double check. So we got 16, 10.
That total was right.
You added this one? No, I ain't doing that. Oh, I didn't. Oh, what?
Are you gonna announce things? Oh, okay.
So I have a question before we do the announcement. I'm confused by the 3 ballots or 4 ballots where the answer was no, but then an amount for the salary was stated.
Yeah, that's just how they did it on the paper.
I know, but because the two actually contradict one another, I don't know if we should count them at all.
We counted them separately because it's put under other, and they're the only 4 that did 9,000. It was 4.
But I mean the no. So the no, it's two of them where they said no, but then they checked the 10,000 as the amount.
Well, they didn't know, and then they checked the 9,000.
So what I'm saying is neither the amount nor the no should count because they actually void each other out.
I think I understand that, but I think what they were trying to say, keep the salary at 9,000.
Yeah,
but the other one.
I understand he didn't answer the question
I think they
correctly.
did it incorrectly, yeah. Keep it what it
I think
is.
that's what that means.
That's the rule that was 809, which is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that page, be the same thing, because they answered no, 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 and then 0. Oh, we just want to disregard that as well?
Well, 0 is the same as no. Right, so that would stay, but it's definitely contradictory, particularly the ones that said 10,000. It's 4 of them.
Well, since there are 4 different answers. And
Right.
so there are 4 different things that we need to vote on.
Uh-huh.
So, question 4 is asking about the salary. So
Yeah, question 4 asks about the salary, and then question 3 asks about whether there should be an additional salary, and question 4 says if yes, then what amount? And so they've selected an amount.
The way it's phrased is kind of, it doesn't
It
necessarily
does.
say that if you are saying yes, it says if somebody could take it to mean that if the question 3 is adopted, then what would you want it to be, regardless of what you put in question 3. So it's not necessarily contradictory depending on how you read the question. I mean, it's not a scientific survey, it's not binding, we just went through every single thing, you can just take that information in however you want.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's not really a vote per se. It's
Right.
just, this is what I think about these things.
Right.
Yeah, I think it should stay the same. That's what they're saying pretty much.
But I don't see how they're saying, I think it should say the same, because if you look at the one here who, if you go on page 2, and you look at 255 and 256, the first question is, should the mayor get a raise? And they answered no. But then when they got to that question 4, they said $10,000. So I'm not
Maybe they thought that was what you were already making, already getting 9, so maybe.
No, the letter clearly said 9,000 at the top.
Or they think that if you adopted it, would you prefer it to be 15?
Or the
All I'm saying
So I
is
think they
usually
were
that one.
taking each question separate, you know.
All I'm saying that usually when a survey is conflicting in some kind of way, you generally just take it, you just take them out.
That's what you want.
I mean, I
That
didn't
can't
get
be
to
what
be in
she
agreement.
wants,
Yeah, I know.
because it has to be decided from the council.
Exactly. So, do you guys think it we could?
I feel the opposite is no.
Yeah.
Anybody, any opinions?
Like they were saying, whatever she made,
Oh, well, let's see what the count is, and then if it's a really, really tight number, then we might want to consider those.
Okay, so I'm just going to read the question again before I give the numbers. So question 1 was, do you feel the incoming mayor's salary should be increased by 1,000 to equal the $10,000 salary? For question 1, we had 52 yeses, and we had 42 noes. So for question 1, should the salary increase by 1,000, 52 yeses, 42 noes? The second question is, do you feel the mayor should be eligible for health care insurance through the town or reimbursed? There is no financial impact on this change because the manager gets health insurance as well. For question 2, I have 48 yeses and 44 nos. Question 3 is, if the mayor as chief executive officer takes responsibility to be the direct authority over all operational departments as per the town code, as per the town charter, in lieu of a hired manager, in a committee including residents with management experience, and the council decide the mayor is qualified, would you agree the mayor should get additional pay since they will be saving the town money? So question 3, I have 42 yeses and 50 nos. And then question 4, what is the appropriate additional amount? I have 33 people who said 15,000, 5 people who said 10,000, and then 4 people who wrote in the 9,000.
Okay, I have one difference, so I'd like to ask a couple questions on question 3. On the first page, I had 8 yeses and 6 nos. Does that match you?
I had that on the first page.
For what question?
For which one?
Question 3.
I had it on the 4th page.
On which page?
First page.
First page was 16 and 9.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm out of order. I'm sorry, I'm out of order. Okay. Yeah. On the first page, I had 16 and 9.
Yes.
Okay. 16 and 9. Okay, on the second page, I have 7 and 20.
6 and 21.
You have 6 and 21?
I have 6 and 21.
Let's see what I got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let me see yours there. I have 560 as a yes. 560, that's weird. You have 560 as a no. Can we check 560? What do you have, 560?
Okay, what do you have on 560 on page 2?
Yes.
It's the ninth one down.
560, we had a yes.
No.
For question 2, we had a no. For question 3, we had a no. And for question 4, we had nothing.
Oh, okay. All right, so thank you for that. Clears up my numbers. Okay, so at this point, we can make a decision as to how we want to move forward with the ordinance. I want to thank everybody who's participated. This was pretty impressive for people to actually come out. It does highly indicate, however, with almost 100 votes, that they're split almost 50-50. And so whichever way we're going with this, the 4 votes that we talked about before puts it even very closer in terms of what the intention is. So I'm hoping we can, as an alternative to, adding to or augmenting the ordinance, that we take each one of these items individually as we just did with the survey.
Absolutely.
If that's good to go forward. Okay. So is there a motion to amend ordinance 02-2018 to increase the mayor's salary by $1,000?
I'll make that motion as stated.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I'll call.
Who first said?
Jackson.
Jackson.
Oh, it sounded like
Jackson.
Ms. Mendoza made the first and the second from down here.
Okay, I'll call for a vote. Ward 1?
Aye.
Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4?
Aye.
And the mayor abstains. Okay. Okay. The second question is, should the mayor be able to get health insurance, and I will add, equivalent to any amount the town might be able to offer in reimbursement or through the town. Is there a motion? Okay. I
No
guess-
motion?
Is there a motion?
Okay. Next one?
The citizens did say that that was the area that it was 48 to 44. I thought we were going to go with what the citizens were recommending.
Mayor and council have to make a decision.
It's true, Mayor and County gets to make on the council, makes a decision, but the people did. Okay, now I would like to just say before we go into the next vote, considering that this is such a very close vote, and there is an indication that a good half of the people, at least those responding, really do feel like the mayor should be able to operate in the capacity as is state board in the powers of the duties of the mayor, while $15,000 or even $10,000 may not be an appropriate amount. I would ask if the council would still consider offering an additional amount. And like you said, the people who spoke, but you still get to make the vote, considering that a lot of people in town agree with this. I will just read over the powers and duties of the mayor. The mayor shall serve as the head of the town government, be its chief executive officer and the head of its administrative branch. So what I've proposed is not something that's new. It is what's stated in the charter. It just simply hasn't, and the mayors have just not been performing the duty as the charter has indicated, and it has just been a tradition that's kept going on and on and on, instead of the mayor actually becoming the clear chief executive officer and running the government as should be. It states, see that all town ordinances are faithfully executed. That means that the mayor is responsible that code and code enforcement and all those type of activities actually happen and not just have someone else taking care of that while they're at another job. The mayor shall be a member of, preside, and take part in all discussions and vote on all matters coming before the town council. The mayor shall appoint all department heads of the town government with the consent of the council. All department heads shall serve at the pleasure of the mayor and council. The mayor shall appoint the mayor pro temp, the clerk treasurer, the town attorney, code enforcement officer, and police coordinator with consent of the council. The mayor shall supervise and direct all official activities of the department heads and employees of the town. The mayor shall submit the annual budget and the budget message to the town council for adoption. The mayor shall make reports and provide information to the council which is required by that body. The mayor shall have other powers and perform such other duties as may be prescribed by the charter or as may be required by the council, not inconsistent with this charter. So what I want to say is, and I know in the last meeting that we had, Mr. Muchler in particular said this is the way it's always been. The mayors would just get paid this amount, and that is just how we've done it. What I'm saying is this is a new age. You now have a mayor currently who has the administrative skills to actually perform these duties. And if you were to re-elect me, I can perform these duties and actually give my whole attention to the town and not spend as much time trying to make money someplace else. Maybe another mayor may not have those duties, but clearly from this charter, it was intended that the mayor would have these administrative duties and these administrative powers. And the change hasn't been made as to actually correct the salary amount in order to allow that to be able to happen. So in my next question, as I ask it to the council, I really do hope that you consider what I'm saying. I understand you know what has been done, and you know right now you got a town that's half one way and half the other. And so I would ask respectfully if that we can actually work at the possibility of actually implementing the powers and duties of the mayor as is stated in our charter and provide some additional income in order to assure that these things can actually happen as the charter states. So I ask, is there a motion there? And remember, there's always possibility for discussion if we have a motion and a second. Is there a motion to provide the mayor additional, let me see how it reads. If the mayor, as the chief executive officer, takes the responsibility to be the direct authority over all operational departments as per the town charter, in lieu of a hired manager and a committee including residents with management experience, and the council decide the mayor is qualified, would you agree the mayor should get additional pay since this will be saving the town money? Is there a motion to suggest that the mayor, there should be some sort of compensation to the mayor? Is there a motion? Does somebody believe in this?
I have no motion, Mayor. I have no motion.
Ms. Mendoza? Okay. With that said, anybody have any additional comments? Yes.
My name is Adam B. I'm a resident at 4308 Monroe. I just have a few comments, I guess. First, I just wanted to echo the comments the gentleman expressed earlier that I only got the survey a couple of days ago. I didn't have time to fill it out or turn it in. I got like 4 surveys, and I work at the Census Bureau. I work on the nation's surveys all day, every day, 5 days a week, and so it didn't seem like a scientific survey. There was another survey I saw online with essentially the same thing, but it had the survey we got in the mail was biased, but the survey online was biased in the opposite direction. So none of it was particularly scientific, and so I think there were a lot of aspects that were wrong about that. But I think the fact that it came in 50-50 kind of suggests we're a small town, we're all neighbors here. We should try to do most things, I think, by general consensus after thinking things through kind of for a long time. So I just want to put that aside, that I wouldn't put a ton of weight on how the survey came out. And then the second thing is that I would also say that, yeah, we could put this to a referendum. And I wrote that down before this gentleman said the same thing, essentially, but and that would have a little bit more of a unbiased outcome, and that you would hear from people who do show up to vote at these things, and that there would be some anonymity and some official process built into that process. Maybe not on this particular referendum, but in future ones. And then my third point was about mosquitoes and pesticides. I wanted to just make a point that the standard of evidence, I think, should be that we look at published scientific research on that, and not just public opinion. I think it's fine if people wanted to opt out, but rather than having scare tactics. So I would agree with the way that things played out in this instance, but in the future, and I think that was something that was taken into account in this process, but I just want to emphasize that element. As far as this aspect of the mayor, I wanted to point out and reemphasize, as Mayor Barrow did, that the current charter already provides for the mayor to take this administrative lead and to oversee the personnel matters of the town. And so it seemed to me that this extra element was a little bit too complicated. For example, here's one. So in this scenario, what if we hire a manager and then the next mayor after that wants to take on these abilities? Would we have to fire the manager and go back and forth between firing and hiring an external manager? It's really complicated, and it seems in general, if we had, for example, suppose the town was 5 or 10 families and we were all in the same condo, and we wanted somebody, we had to elect somebody to do a lot of administrative stuff for us, pay the bills, make certain decisions. How do we go about doing that? We would want that person to first of all, we would kind of rely on them to have our own interests in mind, but also we would want to compensate them fairly for their time. And I hope that that mayor, this current mayor, but also anybody who takes on the responsibility of mayor feels like they're appreciated and that they're doing a good job and that they're supported by the town. And I don't know if it needs to be this complicated mechanism with an extra bit added on, but we should think in general, if the level of support is too low, we don't want to be, we want to be fair, I think, in general, is the overall point that I would want to make there. And so maybe an alternative proposal, maybe not for this term. I don't know what the timeline is. We're getting kind of close to the mayor, like if this is only going to take into account, if it would have only been enacted after 45 days and the election is coming right up. I don't know when the mayor's next term starts, maybe in July, for example, but one alternative proposal is just to do a higher raise if we think that like the mayor's duties and what it takes to be like an involved mayor take more investment of time than say $9,000 or $10,000 is really worth. Then maybe like a higher level of pay is needed there. But so that's just all I had to say there. Something to consider that we, in general, we want to be fair in this process. We're all neighbors here, and we should all try to come to a consensus on this. Thanks.
I thank you for that. I mean, I think that you're right. I mean, the complexity in what was proposed really did have to do with the history of the mayors. I believe that the problem is that this particular powers and duties of the mayors implies someone who has management experience. And since in the past that hasn't been a part of what has been the qualifications for candidate, then that means that there have been mayors that don't have that experience, and therefore this model has continued all this time. As I was speaking with one of the council members, perhaps it is the candidate, it's the qualifications for candidate that we need to look at, because if we change the qualifications for candidate to include someone who has had management experience, then we can go ahead, establish a real salary for a mayor, and then that's who we would have come in as a mayor. But as Mr. B spoke, since we did $1,000 and since there is an in-between, you know, very 50-50-50, maybe that amount can be slightly more than $1,000 without the complexity of the separate part, if someone is interested in a motion to increase it to some other amount that might be slightly more than that. It's just simply the salary amount. Okay, Mr. Chief Stone, you said you had a response from Mr. Barr.
Yes, I did contact Mr. Barr, who is the town attorney, and presented the question to him. He said a formal referendum is out of the question at this point. However, there's no rules that pertain to a non-binding referendum. There's no definition for it out there, and that it's more like an information gathering, and you can create your own rules and do as you please.
Okay, so the question really was, let me see if I can reach him, because the question really was, can we actually just put these questions on our ballot?
The answer is yes, that there's no rules to it, and if that's what you want to do, that's what you
But they're non-binding.
It's non-binding. It's an information gathering tool, and that the mayor and council, that there are no rules, and that you can set your own.
So even if it's on the actual ballot, the vote for mayor?
Not specifically about the ballot, I would personally think that you would have two separate, an election for mayor, a ballot for mayor, and then if you decide to do the non-binding referendum or this
so you know how
question period.
So you know how when we go to regular elections, they'll have questions on there like, do you want to have a casino down in Forest Heights, Maryland? Yes or no? And it's right there, it's binding, it's right there on the ballot, right there
You
with
just used that
everything.
word
he said.
binding.
Because it's on the official ballot.
He said it.
But maybe,
But that's,
He may be available by phone, and he
Yeah,
did
I
offer to
understand.
go on speakerphone, but absolutely not binding. He emphasized that is information gathering.
Hello, Mr. Barr.
So, I have a question. Basically, you know how, here in Central County, when we're voting, on the official ballot, it was a question about whether or not, we wanted to have a casino down, to, have a casino in county. And they asked the question as to whether or not, when the additional council members at large, and they asked if they put it on the official ballot. They put it on the official ballot. Can't we put questions on the official ballot? Such as that, on our official ballot, the one we have next week. Yes, on the town ballot, it's binding. Yes. I believe this is about months ago, Mr. Cade, and
One other person.
to put it on the ballot and it be binding. But that's what. So the council would have to confuse, if we put it on the official ballot. So you tell me when they put those questions on the ballot, those are not binding? Making it binding? Okay. So if the council votes to accept whatever the decisions are of the body. Okay. All right, well, let me see what we do. Okay. No, not really. But I gotta move on. Okay, I gotta go right now. Thank you so much, Mr. Barr, appreciate it. I understand that, but I can read something on me. All right, okay. Thank you. All right, okay. So, and he said we could put it on the ballot.
Your switch for your microphone.
He said we could put it on the ballot, but it would be up to the council to decide that they will accept what comes out of the ballot as opposed to it being binding. It would be unbinding, and the council has to say that what it does come out with is what they would agree to. Anybody interested in putting it on the ballot? All right. Well, with that said, I think we have one more line item on the agenda. Thank you, Tracy. A budget transfer, Mr. Baden, for police computers.
Before we move to the budget transfer, are we actually going to take action on Ordinance 02, 2018?
We did.
No, we made a motion to increase the salary to 10,000, but this ordinance won't go into effect unless you vote on it tonight or at some point in the
Oh.
future. And if we want it in effect before the elections, it needs to be voted on tonight with
Okay.
whatever changes they made, which I assume is on page 1 of 3. The only thing that would stay in is the $10,000 figure.
Correct.
And that all capitalized items and the remainder of the ordinance would be stricken before the motion is made, based
Okay.
on the motions that were made.
Okay, so someone may make a motion that we adopt ordinance
02, 2018.
2018 with the adjustment of removing the, what did you say?
The motion, anything added
What-
in capital letters to the existing ordinance would be stricken with the exception of the amount of $10,000 under item A.
Or you just wrote the ordinance in as it is. We have to adopt the ordinance.
If you adopt the ordinance as is, as written,
everything would
everything
be-
stays in that you just
Right.
took no action on.
Right, because we adopted the ordinance.
Yeah, we introduced it. It's been introduced,
Yeah, I know.
right, last month.
Yeah.
Right.
So you could adopt it as is, but we need to adopt it. It doesn't have to be taken out. Again, they just said that they can vote. But if that's what they choose to do, they can state that in their motion. It has to be stated in the motion.
I'll make that motion to adopt ordinance number 02/2018 with the mayor's salary increase to $10,000 only. Does that make sense?
You have to take out what you want taken out.
Take out item D, F, and
Item-
E if that's,
Yeah.
if you're not including any of those, and you could look and see what those are.
Take out item B, C.
Which is,
Each council member should be paid an annual salary. I mean, that's already in there. That's
Right.
already.
Just-
The only changes that with this ordinance that I'm trying to adopt is the increase of the mayor's salary.
but because we introduced this, you actually have to say what you're taking out of what was introduced.
If it'll make it easier, the capitalized items in the ordinance is what is being added into the existing language
Right,
as
so that would
written,
be-
unless you do something different.
So that would be D,
Which
section
is,
D, and section F and E.
which is,
E and F.
Right, E and F.
which is,
Upon return before. Starting with the budget year beginning July. I don't know if I want upon return full council. Government. Okay, got it. That's D, starting with the budget year beginning July 1st, 2018, the mayor should, upon determined by the full town council, at which the mayor should abstain him, herself, that the mayor is the primary administrator of the operation of the town government. The mayor should be paid, so as long as the mayor performs the service of the town administrator, an additional annual stipend of $15,000. Should the mayor inform the town council, or should the town council determine by the majority vote that the mayor is no longer provided town administrator service, then the additional annual stipend of the $15,000 should increase. Okay.
You want to take that also?
Take that out there.
So she wants to take D, I mean E and F. D and F.
Right. The mayor should also be eliminated to receive health insurance or reimbursement of the amount that the town would pay. In E, all payments provided for section 1-105 should be paid according to the same manner as the payments of the salary of the town employees. That's fine.
All right. Is there a second?
I'll second the motion stated.
Any discussion? I will state, since I didn't get things what I wanted, the way I wanted it, I am very disappointed. I feel like I have put a whole lot of my energy and time into this town. I have shown a tremendous amount of difference in how this place has been run over the last year, and having this opportunity where the people have voted and we have like 50% one way and 50% another way. I feel like my council, who I've worked really close with and help empower you doing things that you're doing, that I am very disappointed that you guys did not have the commitment in me to vote in order to help me to take on this work as what God put me here to do. The truth is, I will do it anyway.
Yeah.
And I think that you guys know I will do it anyway.
Absolutely. And
But
I think with my vote and my decision, I will always like to keep the mayor and the town administrator separate. And like I said before, yes, you are qualified to do the job, but I think those two positions, where I'm comfortable at, I think it should be separate, where you oversee the town administrator, which you already, you did before, and
unfortunately, the charter differs with you. The charter differs with you, and that's what I was asking you guys to do, is to actually look at the charter. The charter should always be the Bible of your town or your organization, whether it's your constitution or not. It differs with that point of view. And if you have the ability to actually have a mayor who can be the administrator, that is what the charter calls for. And that's all I was asking, that it would be an option where it would be available if the situation called for it to be able to be available. It wasn't written in stone. It was optional, so it was open for implementing or not implementing. And the idea of just shutting it out altogether is highly disappointing. Any other discussion?
I hear you, Mayor, and I can say the residents put us in this position and trust our decision. I know that you're upset the way it turned out, but I just have to stand by my decision. I can only speak for...
And you're the only one speaking.
I can speak for myself.
Earlier, I speak for myself too. I had calls, and I talked to you about the calls. And when I came in, I had calls from citizens in my ward. I had people that talked to me over the weekend about this decision in this meeting. And I was asked, since they elected me to be their representative in Ward 1, to speak for them, and they didn't agree with it. And I based my decision on, I felt the same way as Jackson. Should be two different things, you know, titles.
And the couple of people that you spoke to speak against.
I did ask them also to come and speak for themselves, you know.
So when we have somebody in our ear, but we've got 95 votes that are split 50-50, just hearing the voice in our ear is not enough. But I'll call for a vote. Ward 1?
Aye.
Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4?
Aye.
And the mayor abstains. Certainly. Yes, please.
No.
I had a question. What was the point of this survey then? Like what, I guess, once you got the results from it, what was it going to, if most of the people agreed yes, would that have changed anything for any of you today with the survey? I guess I'm just trying to figure out what was the point of it, because it just seemed like we just did a lot of work and it was completely disregarded. So I'm just trying to figure out what was the motivation.
It was we got 100, for me, this is just for me. Yes, if the residents voted, and that's something they wanted to go forward to, and have the mayor as administrator, I would have went with it, yes.
So, but I guess because to me the votes were
pretty close.
They was
pretty close. But for questions like the health insurance, where most people said yes, I guess I assumed that was going to kind of be what it was. I guess that's where I misunderstood what this was supposed to be. So I guess I'm just trying to clarify what the hope is of doing a survey. Because for me, I don't want to do a survey if it's not going to really, at the end of the day, count.
Right. A lot of people in my ward said they didn't receive the complete package until yesterday. So they didn't, a lot of them didn't even respond or didn't do nothing with it.
Okay.
And the package wasn't clear, like Mr. Cade spoke and said, he didn't get the envelope. And I didn't get a copy of the mosquito
I didn't either.
control. I didn't get
I didn't get that
in my package. I received my package yesterday in my door.
They're not the
And
same,
so-
they weren't the same packages, they didn't go out together.
No, I didn't get the mosquito one at all.
But I said they didn't go out, they didn't go out
okay.
together, they
Okay.
didn't go out at the same
Okay.
time.
But I didn't get it, period. Some people I had talked to in Ward 2, citizens that talked to me, just general conversation, was saying that it's an awkward time to do it. We should have did that last year instead of this year. And they were also saying that raising the mayor's salary during the election was a bad timing.
So generally, I would say, the only thing I would say to the question of about some people didn't get, 95 is high in terms of how many people come out to vote. 95 is a high number. That's like 70% of people who would vote. So if some people are saying they weren't able to come out and do this, that would be a very rare amount of people. So that's why when somebody is saying, if you're hearing in the ear of the complainer, and that's all you're hearing is the complainer, and you're not taking the fact that a lot of people got up, came up here, and like you said, it's around 50-50, you know, so in terms of the opinion of the people. And so I think we've already taken the vote, right? So thank you for your comments. And at this point, the budget transfer.
All right, you should have in your packet, Council, a quote from Frontline Mobile Tech LLC. These are for 3 Panasonic Toughbook computers that are installed in each of the police vehicles. They are quite expensive, but they are a necessity for the operation of the police department. I'll let the chief elaborate a little bit more as to why these are needed and what's going on with the ones that we currently have. So if I could ask the chief to comment on that.
Thank you, Mr. Baden. Each police cruiser, not only in Colmar Manor and Cottage City, but in Prince George's County, and any police cruiser across the United States, has what's called a mobile data terminal. It's the way in which the officers communicate with each other. It's the way that they communicate with the communications supervisor. It's the way that they have an intelligence gathering in their cruisers. In other words, it's just a piece of equipment that's instrumental for their communication, for their intelligence gathering. The 3 cars that we have right now, one is operated by Sergeant Sims, and 2 are in abeyance waiting for the hiring of the 2 new officers that are coming on. The mobile data terminals that are in those cars, one was purchased in 2012, and the other 2 were purchased in 2014. The issue is that we have transferred over into a report management system called RMS that the Prince George's County Police Department used. Before that, we were using our own internal report management system, but now all the municipalities have had to transfer over to that report management system, which requires not only a higher grade computer, but we've also, even prior to that, we've been having issues with the computers that are currently in the cars. They've been getting what's called blue screens. We had our own Alpha IT look at the computers, and we had the county IT technicians look at the computers, and they're not repairable. So what does that mean? That means often Sergeant Sims can't log on. Sergeant Sims can't get intelligence information. Recently, I asked the sergeant to look in the computer to get me some information for some intelligence reports. She couldn't do that because the computer went down. So these computers they're instrumental in the officer's ability to conduct his or her job function every day. It's the same thing as if you were using your telephone, although, again, their lives kind of depend upon it. So what we did is we went back and looked at the computer systems that are available. I got the quote, gave it to Mr. Baden, only one. Fortunately, the 2 new cars that we bought, the cradles that are in those computers will accept these new ones, so we don't have to buy that component. So included in the quote is for the 3 new mobile data terminals, 3 keyboards that are associated with that, and then 1 docking station in the labor. So I gave that total figure to Mr. Baden, and then an option as far as where to allocate the money without increasing the budget.
And so, Excuse me. Thank you, Chief. And so what line item are we looking at this coming out of?
We'd be looking to transfer $12,125 from the police salaries line item, which has, there's been lapse of salary in there because we haven't been fully staffed in the police department, and move that to capital outlay within the police department, and that was the amount of $12,125.
And in the proposed budget that you provided us, did you include this in the projections for the end of the year?
No, I didn't, because no action been taken.
And Chief, in terms of, basically there's 2 months left in this year, and in terms of when you anticipate your hires to be complete?
Yes, ma'am. In the approved FY18 budget for the police department for salaries is $285,000. As of March the 31st of 2018, we had used $173,000, which is about 61%, which gave us $111,000 for the end of FY18. Taken in consideration the projected expenditure from myself, Sergeant Sims, Mr. Wells, and in the overtime, that came to about $47,000. Which gave us about a $65,000 remaining in the approved budget. Out of that $65,000, that's where we're going to take the $12,000. Even if we were to hire the 2 new officers by May 1, which May 1 will not happen, but I built that in. If we did all of that and had the salaries for the 2 new officers from May 1 to June 30, that would still, if that was all taken into consideration, we would still have over $45,123 left by buying the computers, all the current salaries, plus bringing the 2 new officers on. We'd still have $45,000 in surplus.
So when you did your projections, projections through the year end, did you include paying 2 officers in the months of May and June?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
the $240,000 is the projected salary costs, which includes those officers that are shown in the proposed fiscal year 19 budget with the fiscal year 18 projections.
Okay. All right. Anybody, well, is there a motion for us to transfer the funds? Can we do transfer the funds and make the payment?
I'll make a motion.
Just transfer the funds and then the payment can be made once it's yeah.
Still over.
Right.
Yeah. Transfer $12,125,000 and to authorize the purchase of the computers for the police department.
I'll make that motion as stated.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
I'll call for a vote. Ward 1?
Aye.
Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4?
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, is there any citizen comments? Okay, with none, I accept a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll make that motion to adjourn this meeting.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, this meeting is now adjourned. Budget work session will convene in the conference room to discuss the current budget.